is that there's some fear that if we lose the U.S. market for our oil, is a very important market, is something that we should worry about. But the other side of it is that, let's face it, the world still has a much bigger counterbalance in China and India, where growth is still something that for a long time to come, the development in those areas will still need oil. There are so many other areas that need oil. So oil will still be here for a long time. But however, if the U.S. market that is so important to us suddenly dries up, as we are seeing gradually, it reduces our influence in that part of the world. It also impacts, our economy a bit. But we shouldn't worry about that, because the truth is that oil is still something that will be here for a long time, and there are other markets that we have to develop. But how fast we're able to do that is the other issue.
Let's look at fiscal policy and monetary policy, because we all know that increase in government spending has been regarded as one of the reasons why the central bank would keep its interest rate at 12%. But in all, how do you think there can be a balance between these two policies?
Well, you see, this is a very hard question in the sense that, if you look at the budgets that we make every year, we're almost at the end of the year. The budget is almost completed. Now, ask yourself and look around, what are the things that you can actually point to that the budget has gone to a major problem that has been solved this year? We can't point to anything really, but a lot of money has been spent. So this is where the problem is. We need to have a situation where budgetary spending, is matched with what we can actually see, and things we can see development that we can read. This is being done. I mean, I was just telling you before we came to this interview that I traveled on the Benin, Benin, Djibouti. It was so terrible. I mean, I haven't been on Arrow for a long time. I couldn't believe how bad it was. Then you ask yourself, why do we keep saying this every year? We're going to do something about it. We keep budgeting on these things, and nothing seems to be happening. If you get to Ore, you can see they've done some part of it. But if we are not careful, if we don't work hard on it, we are going to find a situation where in the next few months, the other side that has been done will be just as bad as this side. Why is it not done wholesale? So this is the kind of targeting of budgets that we need to see. It's not a matter of how much is budgeted, how well is it spent, and how well is it done within a situation where people can actually see where the money is going. I think that's the issue. If you have a situation where money is just being spent, but you can't find something to really, growth is not impacted positively.
Looking at the fact that the interest rate is unchanged, how do you think that would affect the issue of giving credit to businesses, especially those in the real sector?
The truth is that there's been a lot of problem with credit to the real sector. But there are a number of things that are responsible for that. It's not just availability of money. If the economy is not growing and there is not enough that is going on, many people will not be able to access credit, because banks can only lend in a situation where they are sure they will get the money back, where the environment is very conducive. Don't forget that when we talk about 7% growth, it's not an inclusive growth, because when you're talking about a situation where you don't have a lot of people employed, with a large unemployment, growth will be meaningless if it doesn't impact on those people. If we are able to employ more people, then we'll find a situation where growth becomes meaningful. So credit to the real sector has a lot of parts to it. There are a lot of moving parts that needs to happen. The environment has to be conducive for banks to be confident enough to to invest money. You can't be saying you are going to invest money in a factory when there's no light. I mean, recently we've done the privatization of our energy sector, which is a very good thing. I think if you look at that, policy-wise and the way it's been implemented so far, we are moving in the right direction. There's no doubt that if in the next 3-4 years we are going to see some very major changes. The policy has addressed that. We see what happened in GSM, for instance, how it has impacted our communication. But these are all things that we need to be looking at in every aspect of our economy. How do we target an area and really solve the problem once and for all? I would want a situation where the president, for instance, should just take a road tour with the Minister of Works. It's not to just take a road tour. Forget about all this. Let him drive around all the major areas in the country. Then he will find out and see exactly. So when you are talking to somebody who has had an experience like we were talking about earlier, you will know that the policy that will come after that kind of experience will be very easy to, link together. We need to have that done.
On a final note, what's your projection for future MPC meetings? Of course, we all know that inflation is one issue that will always be in the minds of the committee members, and of course the value of the naira. But going forward, what do you think the committee would have to consider? What direction do you think they may likely take in the future meetings?
Well, it's not. They've said very clearly. I think that what we need to worry about is how will these two things that they've said they were going to target, works out. If, for instance, we find inflation, elevated so quickly and is busting the 9%, definitely they are going to tighten up. If they find that, they can't control the money that is coming to the system, they are going to tighten up. So these are things that if those things don't, if we have a robust growth that we're having between 6 and 7.5%, for instance, and inflation is at a controlled pace under 9%, I'm sure that they will maintain this a bit. And hopefully, if inflation falls below, say, 7%, they might think about cutting interest rates, because that will become important for the market to actually start to, in the economy, to start experiencing that things are working well.
At this point, I'd like to say thank you, Victor Ogunwoye, for your time with us on the program.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
You see, life has just got easier. You stay connected to Channels TV, where news and innovations are shaping our world. Simply log on to channelstv.com to get the breaking news. Browse the homepage according to what matters to you. Tap on the extended coverage of business, sports, politics, lifestyle, infotech, entertainment, health, world news, and lots more. Click on the live link and see the news in real time. Do you want to watch the latest video of the day? It's just a click away. Friend us on Facebook, YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Google+, participate in Channels TV poll, and share your comments. It's a website you can talk to. Your voice will be heard. ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
And that will be a package for this week. It's time to go. However, we will be looking forward to receiving your mails. You can also reach us on Twitter. Thank you for watching. I am Bolaji Akinwale. Bye-bye.
Every day you invite us to your home. Now we invite you to our homepage. Join Channels TV on social media. Hang out with us on Google +/Channels Television. Follow us on Twitter.com/Channels TV_NG. Find us on Facebook.com/Channels Forum. And don't forget to like our page. That's not all. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. YouTube.com/Channels Web to get updates on video updates and news and events in Nigeria and around the world. ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
Coming up next, Sports Tonight.
It's a platform to ask and get answers to those personal questions bordering on your health. Every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Medical and non-medical experts in simple language address nagging questions on nutrition and fitness, cardiovascular health, growth and development, reproductive health and first aid and safety, and a host of other health conditions on Health Matters. Health Matters dispels general misconception about certain health conditions. For a better understanding of how to improve your health, watch Health Matters live, only on Channels TV.
It opens with a gate of arts.